products I've ever
The
had.
iPhone 3?
3. We're talking about the iPhone 3. I got it for my mom for a bit. She hated it. Replaced it with a Nexus 5, and she hasn't looked back.
The weird thing is that I could never think of you as an iPhone person. The only thing I've seen you with is a BlackBerry, and you still have a fucking BlackBerry.
Yeah, BlackBerry.
BlackBerry for life.
Nexus 5 was the only thing that took me off BlackBerry for like 2 years. And then BlackBerry finally made an Android phone. And I was
and
like,
you're just like, I'm in.
That
Team
keyboard.
BlackBerry. You still on BBM, yo?
No. No. That's one of the things that annoys me is that it's installed there. Because like it's BlackBerry, right? So all their shit is on the phone. I'm like, oh.
Have you had anybody message you through BBM since you've had this
I haven't set
one?
it up. I don't even have. I haven't even logged. Do you have to log in and set it? I don't even know what the pro.
I've never had I've never had a BlackBerry. I have no idea.
Oh, you've never
had a BlackBerry.
Never had a BlackBerry.
No.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay, everybody was on BBM.
I think I had an HTC one point. I had my first ever phone was a Nokia Crazer.
Oh, you had the Crazer too?
Yeah,
that was my first phone.
That was my first phone. Bro. It got jacked in the fucking gym locker room one time though. Yeah.
I broke mine. Not broke. I could use it, but the screen wouldn't work, so you could just dial and stuff. And I wanted a new phone, and I ended up just buying another Crazer because I love that phone.
It was just so sleek and small, and you just feel so fucking. Yo, what's up?
Yeah,
what's up, girl?
It was a wicked phone, man.
I much preferred the Crazer to the HTC that I had. I don't know if you remember. I think HTC was kind of trying to knock off the BlackBerry because they had like the keyboard on their fucking front thing, and they had a bigger screen. I can't remember the exact model.
I had after that I got the LG Neon. I did not like that phone. I had to deal with that for a bit.
I don't think I've ever had
it was like a small little phone, and then the keyboard came out from behind the phone, like it full out slide out. Which I didn't mind. I just like the fact that I had the keyboard.
Yeah.
But the phone itself.
You've always had a hard on for keyboards, though. Like even that's why you stick with BlackBerry. Is your BlackBerry touchscreen at all, or no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The key one. It's sick.
I'm fucking.
Yo, man, it's it's a full out Android phone. It just has BlackBerry security and the BlackBerry keyboard. Plus, it's stock Android, so it's not like the Samsung one where they have all that extra shit bloatware put onto it.
What's the main selling point for you though to have that phone?
The BlackBerry?
Yeah, the one that you currently have.
Mostly the keyboard.
The keyboard.
It is also the best version of Android though. If you're not concerned with like all the every phone nowadays, the only real advancement on the phones are the cameras. It's just always a better camera, true. Right?
I don't know how they keep doing that.
What else do you use on your phone that needs to be upgraded all the time? It's really just the camera that everyone's crazy about. So if you're taking selfies and stuff all the time, maybe stick to your Samsung. But if you're not going to be doing that all the time, then this is like the best phone, man. I was telling people all the time, I'm like, nobody knows about it because people will see it and be like, oh, what the fuck? BlackBerry still makes phones? And I'm like, yeah, man. Like nobody knows that about these phones, but they're actually the best goddamn phones, man.
I think the vast majority of viewers are going to be like, I didn't even know BlackBerry still makes phones.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Most people don't know. Most people aren't trying to go for the keyboard, though, right? I had the Nexus 5 for 2 years, and every day I used it, I was still like, fuck this touchscreen. Fuck this touchscreen. I hate using the touchscreen. I never got used to it. Yeah. Never. Even when I go back, I'm still hitting other keys. I can't type properly on it. I was like, and I was so happy when I saw that the BlackBerry had the Priv, the Android phone. Oh my God. I was like, yo, full out Android with the full screen and a keyboard. Hell yes.
I like I have my Pixel 3 and I like the swipe text that you could do. Yeah. Like where you just drag your finger along and like put it in the words that you want.
Yeah, that Nexus 5 had that. That's what I would use.
It. I really liked it, but this S10 that I have now, like it does not pick up the words as good as the Pixel did. Yeah, like it'll just, like I'm trying to type in will and it'll just put like still. Like I clearly have my finger on W first, but it thinks that it has it on the S. And then
the Nexus 5, that actually worked really well. That same typing. But
I much preferred my Pixel. Like I kind of miss my Pixel in a bit, like a little bit, and they just dropped the Pixel 4. Yeah, so I could have like...
There's too many new phones.
I know, but I needed a phone at the time, and I think I was like still a month and a half to 2 months away from getting the Pixel 4. I'm like,
well,
even just getting that.
I had to replace my Priv right now. Yeah. There's the Key 2. Like, man, that's like $600-700.
Yeah.
And then the Key 1's only like $3. I'm like, is there a big enough upgrade for that? And I'm like, no. Like the Key 2 is just sleeker and more powerful, but I'm like, do I need it more powerful? What am I doing on my phone?
How often are they coming out with new BlackBerry phones though? Is it like every year?
Every year to 2 years, 1 to 2 years. I don't think it's quite every year. More like 2 years probably.
Because like Pixel, I feel like they do every other year.
Okay, I think the Key 2 came out in like I want to say 2016, and then sorry, the Key 1, and then the Key 2 probably came out. Yeah, probably 2 years. I think it was 2018 and 2018. It's probably been out about a year, about 2 years.
Maybe they'll make a resurgence.
No,
I'll
they
take
have their
top
niche
spot again.
market.
Yeah.
Because businessy type people like using this, even though I
Yeah.
don't even use it for that. Like I just love the keyboard and it's stock Android, so it's quick. And then there's that BlackBerry security, which is just a bonus. Like they have the best security. No one knows that shit.
Eesh. I actually did not know that. I didn't.
Yeah, they
dig
have
that deep
they have
into
the
it.
best security from what I know at least.
You're a very secretive person, Tunes. I understand.
Yeah.
People don't got no.
It's just the best of everything. This phone is the best of everything. It does everything.
give you that.
And the battery, get out of my face with it, man.
Yeah,
It's like
you're
2
telling me about
days
this.
sometimes. Yeah, it's crazy.
And it has a USB-C now too, which is great.
Yep, charges quick.
Like
Love
if your
it.
new phone doesn't have the USB-C,
No,
you're
they're
kinda
all
like-
it's
they're all
Type-C
USB-C now.
Yeah, 100%.
I think my Pixel 3 was the first ever one that I had.
It has to be the
USB-C.
standard now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even laptops have the port.
I much prefer it. It is quicker, right?
Oh yeah.
So I feel like I still got kicked in the balls.
Yeah.
Masvidal Diaz, dude.
No, it was a good fight, but
It was a great
got
fight,
cut
but it just
short.
felt like
it got cut short.
As soon as you heard or even seen Dan waving it off, you're like, "Oh, what?" Like considering all the type of cuts we've seen in the past,
It wasn't even like someone was checking up on Nate at the time that it was called out. He wasn't leaking blood. They weren't having trouble stopping the bleeding. It didn't seem to be hindering him. The third round was his best round. He still lost it, I think, but it was the closest round.
But
out of the
with any
three.
Diaz fight, like the later the rounds are the rounds that they win.
Yeah.
And he could have potentially seen a finish there.
It just would have been more fun, but at the same time, it might have been better for Nate that it got stopped. I don't know. Like he got his ass.
He's getting ass whooped.
He got his ass whooped.
He was, but that's kind of the Diaz brother, like that mold that they're in.
but,
I mean,
dude,
they almost have a Homer Simpson.
Once
thing
there's
attempt about them.
3 rounds in the bag, like do you really think Nate could have finished Masvidal? Masvidal didn't look like he was slowing down or getting tired at all.
Yeah, you never know.
He
though.
looked fine,
But,
ready to
like,
go.
Like Nate could have like turned it up a little bit more in the next couple rounds, right?
I think that's a far cry from what we were like. From what we were seeing,
I was this close to tweeting out. I hope that the fight ends in a super close war, and we get like a controversialist decision.
Oh, okay.
And then we can get another second fight.
Controversial.
I deleted that tweet before I even sent it out because I'm like, I don't want to send out any bad juju or anything like that. We need some definitive, like knowing. So we kind of got a definitive ending with, Masvidal. Obviously, he deserved to win, and it wasn't like a no contest or a DQ or anything like that. So he got the win, which he rightfully deserved, considering it went 15 minutes. It was before the 4th round. It got stopped, right?
Right after.
So
3 full rounds, and he whooped his ass.
He whooped his ass from minute 1 to minute 15, but there is still a little bit of an asterisk that people are going to be like, okay, if they do make a second fight, I wouldn't be mad at it. I wouldn't be mad if they made a second fight.
No, that's why it almost seemed like, oh, well, this is just good for everyone involved. Now they can just run it back. However, after the fight, Dana said at the time of the stoppage, he thought it was bullshit. But he's like, when I went in the back and saw Nate's cut, he actually agreed with the stoppage now. And he's not interested in Masvidal Nate too.
What I saw before we started recording, I saw a video where he was he got stitched up by a different doctor, Nate, and then that doctor made a video saying, just to let you know, I wasn't the doctor that stopped it. He goes, yeah, I know, not you, as some other fucking doctor or something like that.
Well,
yeah. He seemed a little upset about it.
Dana was saying that it might have been better for Nate that it got stopped, like in hindsight now, and he's not interested in booking the second fight. Nate is now saying too, like he wants the rematch, but he feels like some bullshit's gonna happen because of the company, and like God knows if he'll fight again. You know what I mean? He's playing his little Nate games too. But
conspiracy theory.
But and he was also kind of hinting at the fact that he didn't like the quick turnaround. Like I think he got that cut in the Pettis fight, and it didn't have time to heal. It might have been the same cut. I think that's what he said. I don't know.
Because that was the beginning of August.
It was a 2.5 month turnaround, which is quick. Yeah. So he actually was like, yo, I kind of wish I had like the 6 months or whatever like that. So yeah, he wants to heal up and run it back. Masvidal seems down for it, but Dana seems to be in the camp of like, nah, we want to move on to bigger and better things for Masvidal.
I think they could have just as big of and bad of a fight, considering that this fight was a success. Like it lived up to the hype, other than the flat ending, but like in terms of the war that we wanted it to be, it was a war, right? I feel like they could sell it again. Like I wouldn't be mad at it. Do fucking BMF title too. I don't give a fuck. Like I think
They could sell it again. Controversial finish I felt was good for everybody in the sense of you can run it back, but I'm a little surprised Dana doesn't want to. Maybe it's just like once again it's just negotiation tactics because if he expresses interest in it, then Nate's going to use that against him to get
more money. Or something
yeah.
like that.
So it might just be some of that, but I don't think we're gonna see it anyway before like May. Like give it like 6 months. I think Nate wants to just he's gonna be out for at least half a year, I would say.
I think Nate and Jorge probably made a fuck ton of money off this fight, and they're probably just gonna sit back for a bit now. I think even like
once you get to this level, you don't really fight more than twice a year because like
correct. Yeah.
Why would you from what you're getting paid and taking all this damage? And these guys are guys who put in their work. They're done fighting. Like so often for they're getting their paydays. They're gonna.
I think the main thing here, in my opinion, as to knowing how this is going to turn out, is what Masvidal wants. Does Masvidal want to?
He seems that he wants second fight.
He has 3 things ahead of him, in my opinion. Yeah. He could do the Nate rematch, which we've already kind of discussed.
Title.
You could possibly fight winner of Kamaru.
Not even possibly. You're number 3. You're coming off apparently 3 wins. You won the BMF title. You're next.
He was promised a title shot after the Ben Askren win. Like even before the Ben Askren win. If you win this fight, you're going to get a title shot. And then this Nate thing kind of just was a genesis of its own.
That's what I heard too. And that only makes sense. Like
makes sense.
If you're Jorge, you'd be like, that's a winnable fight and it's a huge payday. Hell yeah, I'm taking that fight. So.
Also, the last one, not as much in the camp of it, but I wouldn't mind seeing it, is if Conor gets a victory in January, he can turn around and fight him in July. Okay. And Jorge would take that fight. Let's be real.
Of course he would, dude.
Who would take that fight?
Dude, from what we saw, Jorge would maul Conor. Like, I'd be scared for Conor. Dude, he can eat a shot. His hand speed is insane. His power is insane. If Conor got hit the way Nate got hit, Conor was done in the first. He was getting stopped. I don't think... Do you actually think Conor is as tough as Nate in terms of taking punishment?
I don't believe
Absolutely
so.
Not.
And I think that, if it was in the third round, Jorge probably would have got the finish just because of his pace and the hand speed and all that
Conor
stuff.
Doesn't have the grappling. Nate's guard kind of allowed him to recover because he can keep him off. Jorge will... He's the better grappler against Conor too. And his boxing, he's the bigger fighter.
Yeah.
I think that's horrible matchup for Conor. I don't think
Conor
he
would
should
have
take that
success
fight.
In the first 2 rounds.
He could tag Jorge for sure though, because Nate could tag him and Conor's super precise and quick with his boxing as well. But just the power and the size and the fact that Jorge's hands are fast as fuck too. And he's landing power shots super quick. His combos they were ridiculous. So I don't know. I think that's a bad matchup for Conor and not a good fight to take, man. If you're trying to get to Khabib, stay out of that welterweight division. I don't know why you want to fight welterweights. Fuck all that shit. Yeah. Unless it's Nate, who's kind of technically a lightweight, doesn't want to cut.
It's the BMF division, right? That belt goes wherever.
Stay at lightweight and do your shit at lightweight. Yeah, that's what Conor should do. Not go up to fight Jorge.
So
that's a bad fight.
Out of those 3 choices, which one do you want to see most?
Honestly, me personally, the BMF fight was fun, but it wasn't that competitive. So I'm not too eager to run it back because, in my opinion, the right guy won. It wasn't like some crazy contra. It was like, okay, come on, man. Like, yeah, we got robbed of 2 rounds, but the 3 rounds we got were wicked, and it was clear cut that Masvidal was beating the shit out of Nate. That was not competitive. You could argue there was probably the first round was probably a 10-8. The second 10-9, 10-9. I don't know. You could have maybe given the second a 10. I can't remember it right now, but that was not close at all. So, me personally, I would go for Masvidal getting the title fight, especially if Covington wins, because they got that built-in story.
I need that fight.
You want Covington? Are you telling me you're gonna be rooting for Colby Covington and again?
I might even be betting him if I get a good underdog number, just because both Kamaru and
that fight. At first, I thought Kamaru should easily win this, but now I'm kind of in the boat of like, man, I don't know. Like, I don't want to bet that fight. I could see either guy winning.
I need solid underdog money on Colby Covington to back him, but just with his style, his pace, the pressure that he puts on some of these guys, the wrestling is kind of going to be a wash. So let's be honest. This will probably.
But here's the thing, right? A lot of times we think that, and it's not a wash. One guy suddenly beats the other guy, and you're like, how did that fuck? Like, I thought Tyron Woodley and Usman would be a wash in the wrestling. And
that's a different case, strictly due to the fact that Tyron Woodley doesn't have the cardio,
so he couldn't push. Yeah, so these guys both have cardio and wrestling. Yeah,
and the wrestling. So
They're
that's a
very
difference
similar.
there.
It's crazy.
But for me, I really want to see Colby Covington win, so we get this Jorge Masvidal fight. And the main thing about that is when they first started talking shit to each other, I'm like, this is just made up bullshit. Like I used to watch this documentary back in the day of young Jorge and young Colby Covington together.
You told me that was made up bullshit,
that.
but now recently when I was hearing stuff, I wanted to talk to you about that too.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think this is not bullshit.
It's real
anymore.
now.
It's real. Yeah,
it's fucking real. Like
real.
I didn't believe it up until there was a point where I think Jorge Masvidal had an interview on Ariel's show. I think it was after the Ben Askren fight, and he goes, "Yo, like this is not made up. Like I fucking hate this guy. Like they're both talking shit about each other. Colby Covington's even saying, you know, Jorge's only the type of guy to be there. Like if it's something that benefits him, and if it doesn't benefit him, he steps off. And like they're very far apart on each other. And
even training at the gym, apparently, like the gym is making sure to keep them separated. It's like, wow, what the fuck? Imagine them in a title fight together. How's that gym going to spray?
Another Paul Rudd gif. Like, look at us. Who would have thought?
Oh God,
I like,
so perfect.
I love, but yeah, for story wise, money wise, and everything, I think the best move next for Jorge Masvidal would be a Colby Covington fight if he gets the victory.
But here's the thing too: even if Kamaru wins, there's something built in there because they were supposed to fight, and then Jorge is calling him out for not signing the contract. So
Colby Covington even called him out about that.
Yeah. There's a smaller story built in, but there's something. Covington, there's a big story built in. So Masvidal probably wants Covington to win. That would be ideal for him.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'd say Colby, Kamaru, Connor, then Nate.
No, I'd go Nate over Connor.
Nate over Connor.
I'm so not interested in
Connor
if
he wins. Connor if he wins in January. That's it.
I'm so not interested in Jorge versus Connor.
For me, it's more so like the potential payday that Jorge Masvidal can get off of that fight.
No, but for Connor, it would be the dumbest fight to take. You're trying to get the 55 title fight.
I know.
Don't fight a monster like Jorge at welterweight. This is a different Jorge too. This 2019 version.
But how much does it like legitimize him too if he does go out there, finishes Jorge Masvidal in a round and a half?
Fuck that shit.
You don't think like I know rankings wise and like logically it doesn't make sense.
If he does go up and finish him, what are the likelihood of that happening with this version of Jorge? This is
touche, but we're living in a hypothetical world.
Get his ass whooped, man. I think Connor would. He'd probably do better than Nate in the first 2 rounds because Nate has like worse defense. Connor's got better movement in and out, and then he's quicker in that sense. But it's his cardio that's a big problem, right? So Jorge might not beat the shit out of him as much as he did Nate, but I don't think Connor would have an easy time putting him out, and if that doesn't work quick, he's gonna get fucked up bad.
I don't know, dude.
I'm not interested in that fight at all, man. Like that's not even a fight on the radar. I don't think he shouldn't.
We didn't get to talk about it last time, but like Connor did talk about coming back and having potentially 3. Actually, we did skim over it a bit. So, like his timeline was Cowboy, who's assumed to be his opponent in January.
Man, honestly,
winner of BMF title, and then Khabib at the end of the year.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening.
Based on like if you want to give guys fights coming off losses, it makes sense. But like poor Gaethje, he's getting. Like he just beat Cowboy.
He thought getting that win would secure him the Connor fight.
So it's like, what should I have lost that fight to get the Connor fight? Yeah. What the fuck?
It's honestly it's 2 things. It's name value.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, as entertaining as
Cerrone is way more
Justin
winnable.
Gaethje is. If I was to tell my girl who Justin Gaethje is, she has no fucking clue. But if I say Cowboy, I don't even know if she knows his full name. But she just knows Cowboy, just as everybody knows Cowboy. Yeah. So there's that. And then obviously it's a more winnable fight.
Way more winnable fight. That's exactly why they're giving it to him, because it's a name, it's a rebound fight, and they can still bill it as 3 versus 5.
Yep, and like
it makes sense. It does make sense.
Completely throw Cowboy under the bus. He is skilled.
Yeah, 100%.
He is skilled.
But you're coming off 2 bad losses now. Wait, what was the loss before Gaethje? Oh, so Tony. Yeah, so he's been finished twice now.
High level competition.
High level, 100%.
Super high level competition. You're talking about top 5 guys.
But if the guy who beat Cowboy wants the Connor fight, why doesn't he get that over the guy who lost?
Connor gets what Connor wants.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Right?
Yeah. It is definitely like 100% I would favor Connor in that fight. Like the way Cowboy gets tagged easily, like Connor's probably going to put him out. That could be an easy first round stoppage, second round stoppage for Connor.
So another welterweight fight that went down last night, with pretty big ramifications behind it as well, is Calvin Gastelum and Darren Till.
Middleweight fight.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Caught me slipping, homie.
They are two welterweights, technically.
You are right.
Well, I guess,
Right.
I guess
Holy
Till,
shit, that did throw me off. Okay.
Till's a legit middleweight. I'd say Calvin is a welterweight, but
That was the whole storyline going into the fight. I don't know how the fuck I botched that one there, but so Kelvin Gastelum goes out there, can't really close the distance. We see a lot more
we
of
missed
a
the first.
disciplined.
We missed the first minute
of the
and
first
10
round.
seconds. But from the way the rest
extracurricular
of that round
activities.
went, it seemed like it was uneventful until probably Landon just edged him in strikes.
I was pleasantly surprised, but like happy for Darren Till that he came out with a more disciplined game plan. Like one of the knocks that I had on him
It was a huge risk and it paid off.
It was a huge risk.
Taking that fight and it paid
And
off.
even like
well.
technically and stylistically as a fight, like he doesn't do a good job of closing distances the best, especially defensively. Like he always leaves his chin out there, and he has tall man defense to a certain extent. Rogan even kind of pointed out last night too.
That was one thing coming into this fight where he leaves his chin up because he seems to rely much on his in and out movement and speed.
Yeah.
So he just kind of leans and leaves his chin out. And
It's
that
not
was
going to
one of
work with a lot of other middleweights.
that was the issue in this fight. That's one of the things you're supposed to address if you're getting deaded and knocked out and lose 2 fights in a row. You got to fix your issues. That issue was still not fixed.
No.
He kind of got lucky in the sense of he was fighting a smaller Kelvin who just had a hard time reaching his chin. But like you said, against a bigger, like a fucking Paulo Costa or someone, like, dude, you leave your chin out like that and he catches it, you're fucked. You're going to go out, man.
Like Calvin was close to landing a lot of those too.
Oh, yeah.
But like
Calvin looked, that was a bad performance.
It was like I did feel like he was a little bit trigger shy to an
just
extent.
didn't do
But I also think
much.
that's also the Darren Till effect too. Like a lot of his opponents are very like they don't want to throw too much. Tyron Woodley only threw a lot when he was like super backed up against the cage and then like flung forward to get out of a bad situation. Right?
He was looking at.
He was mainly countering, but like Darren Till was closing distances against a lot of these guys with just footwork and a little bit of feints. He wasn't really throwing much. Wonderboy fight, kind of the same thing. Tyron Woodley, kind of the same thing. Even the Jorge Masvidal fight to an extent until Masvidal started to like turn the tides, but he still needs to shore up those defensive tactics. Like he is going to get caught by some of these guys in the future.
I think so too. Like you can't, that whole leaning back, chin up, like you can't get clipped.
I was impressed that he was able to stay out of the big shots of Kelvin Gastelum because I honestly had Kelvin Gastelum to win that.
It was a big win. He was a pretty good underdog, almost a 2-1 underdog,
close to 2-1.
Yeah, so it was a
plus
solid
everything
win.
going against him during fight week, right? The visa issues, showing up the day before weigh-ins.
Coming off 2 bad losses at welterweight, first fight at middleweight, you take out number 4. That's pretty. I mean, you didn't really like put a stamp on it. It was kind of like it was a boring fight, but you clearly won it. Like it was.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody scored it for Kelvin. If you did, I don't know what you're watching. Like I think one.
There was a 30-27 in there.
Yeah.
Just so you know, for Gastelum.
God, that's absurd. That's absurd. It felt like round 1 and 2 was clearly Till because Calvin just couldn't reach him.
Yeah.
And then Calvin landed a little better in 3, but even 3 was like a close round. Like you could go either way.
Yeah.
So it just felt like 100% Till won it. Now what? He's going to be top 5 middleweight.
That's what I mean.
Just
I
like
have
that.
the rankings up because I want to figure out like where are we going to get Darren Till next.
If he just beat number 4, they're going to put him at 4 or maybe 5. Like
I wouldn't mind seeing him fight Jared Cannonier next.
Here's what I think will happen. I think Cannonier will go to 4 and Till will debut in the rankings at 5.
At 5 and Gastelum goes down to 6.
Like 6.
So, but that should be the next fight for him. No, I wouldn't mind seeing Cannonier and Till. Because all indications are you always going to get a title shot.
That's what at first I said they should do Cannonier Romero because obviously we thought we were going to get Costa and Israel.
Yeah,
but now it's like okay, you got Israel, Whitaker's out, he just lost. Costa's injured. He's out for the foreseeable future. Romero's probably going to get the title fight. So that's the champion to number 3. 4 and 5 is Cannonier and Till. So yeah,
Jacare is number 7, but he's gone up to light heavyweight now.
He's going to be removed as soon as he fights.
Derek Brunson. Yeah, fuck Derek Brunson. Uriah Hall.
He did call him out. Win. Derek Brunson did call out Till.
He called out Till?
Yeah. What's he ranked?
Who? Brunson is at 8.
See, that's not a bad fight. It would be Till fighting backwards, but just to edge your way into this division properly, because Calvin really is a bloated welterweight.
Yeah.
At least Brunson is a legit middleweight in terms of size, so I don't think that's a bad fight. Like, it might be another one to ease into middleweight a little more.
I wouldn't mind seeing. I'd be completely okay with Jared Cannonier and Darren Till just to
That's probably what they'll
taking
do.
Kelvin's momentum.
I think they'll do that.
Kelvin Gastelum against Jack Hermanson. Wouldn't mind that. Both guys coming off of unfortunate
After
losses.
this fight, especially,
He should go back to 170.
Go to
I agree.
welterweight. I'm done with this middleweight experience.
No.
You're too small. He's going to be small at welterweight.
Let's not forget
He's
about
still small at welterweight.
Rafael Cordero Gate. Let's not forget about that shit.
Yeah, but that's because he's undisciplined
stupid.
and doesn't want to cut the fucking weight properly. Like, you got flubber on you. Stop eating your Mexican
Tacos
food.
and
Yeah, like enough.
quesadillas.
Have a little bit more discipline. At least you're going into a fight to make the fucking weight. Then you can pig out and do everything. He's a welterweight. He would still be short against some other welterweights.
Yeah.
He's too undersized a middleweight. He got battered in the Adesanya fight, even though he had a good fight.
He was one
Clearly,
round away from winning.
Lackluster fight here. You're coming off 2 losses. The experiment's done. These guys are too big. Just go back to your weight class where you should be fighting a welterweight. He could easily
He
jump
could be
right
top 3,
into
top 4. Yeah,
dude. They would give him a big fight.
I wouldn't mind him against Leon Edwards. Why not?
I think that would be too much. Calvin's coming off 2 losses, and no.
That's an easy way for him to assert himself back in the top 5.
I say you give him
RDA?
a welterweight coming off a loss that's in the top
RDA
top 5
number
or,
5
or 10.
lost to Leon Edwards last time around.
No. RDA beat Kevin Lee.
And then he lost to Leon Edwards.
Oh, he did lose to Leon after that. Oh, Jesus. I'm still thinking he's coming off a win.
No,
That's a good fight, actually.
Yeah. So
you know
why not?
what? That's
There you
actually
go.
a really good fight.
There you go.
I wouldn't mind seeing
You're
that.
fucking welcome.
Let's see that. Kelvin versus RDA.
That's not
Kelvin
bad.
can jump right into the top 5, even though he's coming off 2 losses.
And
Pretty
RDA
much
can
do
get
it
back
till-
into it too with a win over Kelvin. So it's kind of win-win for both
I
of
like
them.
it. I like it.
So Romero, Israel, hopefully.
That's
Because
probably
Cost is
gonna
out for however many months
Cannonier
now.
Till's probably going to get booked.
Cannonier Till is not bad. I wouldn't even honestly. I would not mind Till and Whitaker if Whitaker wants to come back in there too. Just because, fighters coming off of championship fights as a loss, it's still up
but the
there,
way he
right?
got put out, I just don't. He shouldn't even be fighting till summer, like June or something.
I think
And
it was
Whitaker
beginning
doesn't
of
fight that
October.
often anyway. Recently, especially.
Well, he's had a lot of issues to deal with. That's the issue, right? Like,
Yeah. Well, yeah, he didn't break his hand this time. He always seems to break his hand or hurt something, but now he's just coming off the knockout. So
why not actually? Yeah, let Whitaker sit out a bit. Let him fight Paulo Costa maybe, unless
When
Costa
Costa's
jumps into a title
that's
shot right
what
away.
I don't like when guys have long layoffs after injuries and then they just get a title fight.
Yeah.
Like that. Like I know they've earned it, but it's like you should still give them a winnable fight to ease into it.
Remember Dominic Cruz jumping in to fight TJ Dillashaw?
That's
Gets the
fucking
victory.
insane.
It's an exception, but
That's insane. Dominic Cruz is ridiculous.
He's next
Like
level.
that doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah.
To go into to fight a prime TJ on EPO, no less. And
all the EPL.
and
let's
you
be
haven't
honest.
been in the ring. I think before that he had fought a year and a half earlier against Mizugaki, but before that was like a 3-year
Yeah.
layoff. So in 4 years you fought once. You're coming off an injury. You jump right into a title fight.
Yeah.
And then you make TJ hit air for the first 3 rounds and school him until you start to slow down a bit because your plantar fasciitis finally kicked in. Like, this dude's next fucking level. Like
The
I don't know.
funniest is hearing Dominic Cruz talk about, like, whenever some guys talks about injury, like they were talking about Johnny Walker having a
He's so
shoulder
like
injury.
no excuses.
He's like Johnny Walker. Yeah, he has a shoulder injury. So when I had my shoulder injury, I'm like, how many injuries do you have, bro?
Oh,
like
yeah.
I think from head to toe, you've had something injured, something operated on.
Oh yeah,
like
and he has a plantar
groin,
fasciitis,
plantar fasciitis.
because of his footwork. He's
CTE,
always,
he definitely has some CTE up there, even though he's pretty good at his head movement.
no,
and
he's
footwork.
yeah, he's good. But yeah, that was
what we were
There's no doubt.
saying is that so somebody coming off a long layoff. Paulo
oh yeah, the
Costa
Johnny
will be
Walker
off.
thing. That was the point I
Yeah.
wanted to make. Whereas like yeah, when I heard. I heard. I think Rogan was talking about it too. Like they're really questioning how fast he was coming back off that shoulder injury.
Shaw was talking about it as well.
Yeah, because shoulders take a long time to heal. Even Cruz was like on the broadcast, like, "Oh, he's coming back a little fast." So I was definitely worried about Johnny Walker going into that fight. Although
Corey Anderson
it didn't seem like the shoulder had anything to do with the loss, though. So that was like a moot point.
had
but-
nothing to do with takedowns either. I thought it was going to be with takedowns. I bet Corey Anderson to win in the distance,
Like a
thinking that he
TKO
was gonna
ground and pound.
round 3 or something. Late
Pitter
round two.
patter, unanswered, stop.
But it was false hope. Like, remember we were talking about it. It was Corey Anderson landing a really good shot, but it didn't
Right hand.
really phase. Like, it didn't stun or
Yeah,
drop.
we both noticed
him,
it during the broadcast,
But it was
right?
his hope of being like, yo, I landed really cleanly on him. Let me go after him now.
It was-
and then his follow-up shots were the ones that really put him out.
Like he landed clean.
Yeah.
It seemed like it really swayed Johnny Walker. Walker.
but it didn't hurt him to the extent of
it more
rocking
seemed
him.
like he wasn't wobbly. It more seemed like the force of it just pushed him back, and then he was okay. And then
But
Corey
Anderson-
thought he had him hurt and rushed him, and then in that process actually ended up hurting him enough to get the finish. But whatever, it worked.
perfect.
But it was a good performance from Anderson.
I was
needed
surprised.
that performance.
Yeah, I'll take all the gloat on betting the inside the distance there, but I'll
like
be the
that.
first one to say, not like that, dude.
It was if it was ending in the first round, everyone thought
Johnny
it was
Walker.
Johnny Walker
Yeah.
getting the knockout, not fucking Corey Anderson. What do you think about the stoppage?
I gotta watch it again. It's been
It might have
it's been a little bit.
Okay, it might have.
You know what? Let me pull it up.
In
It's
hindsight,
fucking
it kind of might have been a little early, although Walker was clearly hurt.
Yeah.
But I'm cool with it because the ref stopped it. Walker gets punched,
Yeah.
and then he looks like his legs give out and he's collapsing when the ref kind of decides to jump in. But you know when a guy kind of like,
Did you watch it again this morning?
no, I just remember this.
Fuck you and your memory, dude.
But you know when a guy kind of like gets hit, starts to collapse, and then like literally just catches himself again. That's kind of what happened when the ref stopped it. But
Yeah.
I thought it was a good stoppage.
I want to watch it.
I can
watch
see
it
the
again.
argument for an early one, but I don't think so.
It wasn't something that crossed my mind when I initially watched it, but I do remember it being more overwhelming than an actual like KO.
Yeah. But the last punch, like the one that caused the ref to jump in, it was like, oh, it looked like Walker was about to collapse, but then he just kind of went
saved
down a
him.
bit and stopped and caught himself. But
That was a vicious knockout. I want to see
it was
that
that was
one
a
more time again.
nasty one. He beat the shit out of him. in that
Let's relive
short
that
time.
because that was totally worth it.
One thing.
What's up?
Did you hear the Dana comments? Oh my God, Dana's he was trashing Corey Anderson.
For like lashing out and shit.
No, coming into fight week, he's like, this fucking guy thinks that we're all against him. He's got this big chip on the shoulder. Like, oh, you did this to make things work against me. You want the other guy to win, this and that. And Dana's like, all right, bro, go prove your fucking worth. You showed up to the weigh-ins. Nobody even made a reaction for you. They were cheering for Johnny Walker.
Wow.
Now you went in, you knocked that guy out. Now you proved your worth. Cool. Like,
Wow.
fuck, you'll get the fights. What the fuck
Okay.
are you complaining for? Like, he was really going off on him.
We're gonna have to skip on that because Fight Pass is
I
acting
will
up.
say, I like Corey Anderson. Seems like a nice guy. The chip on his shoulder is a little unwarranted. Like he should have a small
He's
one.
not exciting. That has always been his issue.
He should have a chip on his shoulder, but he's overblowing it to the point of like I don't get it. This and that's like, okay, look, you've got bad knockout losses.
Yeah.
You faltered a bit. You're not getting super exciting wins.
3-fight win streak
Their
is-
decisions.
Yeah.
I think we know what happens when you win this way and you've come off finished losses. Like, you got to rack up a win streak. Okay, you're doing it now.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool. Like, you should know that based on your style, this was the path for you that you were
Yeah.
gonna have to take. It's just the way it is, right? So I think it is a little too much. Like, chill the fuck out, bro. But
He
good
did
win. I was
apologize
happy.
after. He apologized after,
Yeah,
but
in
you
the
can't
moment when
really
he
knock
was-
a guy like getting that pissed and then all the adrenaline and all that.
In
type
that
of stuff.
moment when you
Yeah.
get like a first round finish, when everyone's doubting you and stuff over the guy that they're trying to pump up and use to
You're the underdog
use
coming
you
into
to
this
boost
fight.
him up,
Yeah.
and then you get the win. His lashing out after the fight, I didn't even take that seriously. I'm like, whatever. Like, he's probably just so amped right now. He apologized after. That was cool. I'm happy for him, but chill out with the chip on your shoulder, dude. Like, I don't like. There's no conspiracies going on against you.
Yeah.
This is kind of the path you take when you fight like that. It is what it is.
The one thing that we said after this fight is, does this really inject Corey Anderson into a title fight now over Dominic Reyes? And I made the point that I think this finish over Johnny Walker was much more impressive than Dominic Reyes' finish over Chris Weidman, strictly considering the fact that Chris Weidman coming up to 185, getting finished in 5 out of his last 6 fights, whatever the fucking number is. Johnny Walker, obviously, if he got an impressive victory here, he probably would have been the one getting a title shot, or Dominic Reyes, one of those two. But this is Corey Anderson's finish is way more impressive than anything that I've seen out of any like heavyweight recently. Like,
Rankings,
I wouldn't mind. I threw this out there. Dominic Reyes against Anthony Smith. Sorry, not Johnson. Anthony Smith against Dominic Reyes, just to get that little bit more of a legitimate light heavyweight victory under your name. And let Corey Anderson get that title shot finally. Just give it to him. Fuck it.
I think that's the right thing to do, because if you look at it, Corey Anderson has probably the better streak. Yeah, Reyes is coming off a win over a middleweight moving up who was coming off a terrible record anyway, so I don't know why that means much. And the win over Volkan. So if you look at their streaks, what they've accomplished, Corey Anderson should get the title shot. However, if you look at the numbers beside the names of who's won what, Reyes was number 4, beat Weidman, maintains number 4. Corey Anderson's number 7, who just beat number 11. So if you're looking at it that way, Dominic Reyes is the clear-cut next title challenger. However, if you're looking at it from like what actually makes sense based on like what we know about the division, like Corey Anderson's beaten all legit light heavyweights. Dominic Reyes just beat a middleweight moving up. Yeah,
Patrick Cummins was the first one in that.
When I look at their win streaks and all that, like Reyes is ranked higher, but Corey should be ranked higher. So I would give it to Corey.
And Dominic Reyes is still young. Like,
that was my other point,
bro.
That was my other point. Is like why do we need to rush Dominic Reyes into this anyway? Like give him an Anthony Smith or a Thiago Santos.
Get somebody a little bit more weathered, like a little. And then there's like no denying it. Fight. I think Anthony Smith is. I hate to say it because I've never been that big on Anthony Smith, and I feel like his run has been a little bit, Shogun, Rashad Evans, and then
no. When he beat Gus the way he did though, when he beat Gus,
that was legitimate. But yeah, Dominic Reyes against Anthony Smith is number 3 against number 4. It's just perfect. Right?
Here's what honestly, that's what should happen. I think though they're going to give Smith Anderson and give it to Reyes. I think they would do that.
If I was,
does Corey move up 7 beating 11? He might move up to 6 or 5.
This is the real question though. How much would Johnny Walker have moved up if he beat Corey Anderson? Because he probably would have gotten above.
He would have gone to 6 probably.
He probably would have taken Gustafson's spot. Yeah,
11 beating 7.
Why Gustafson's still on there? I have no idea. It's been less than a year since he's fought, so I get it. But
yeah, he needs to be off there.
Jan Blachowicz is fighting fucking Jacare. Yeah, so we're both in the camp of Corey Anderson getting a title shot.
That's what should happen. I don't see. I
don't think it's going to happen.
I think Reyes is going to get it, and I think Anderson's going to have to beat a guy like Smith or Santos.
I hope John Jones speaks up, and he'll be like, "Yo, let me do Anderson because he's a little bit more deserving of it." And then Dominic Reyes go get another one.
John Jones didn't. He tweeted something, but he was more talking shit to Walker after the fight. It was just like these guys always talk shit, then they go out and lose. Like it was one of those again. Like
the Chris Weidman one.
Yeah, but he didn't acknowledge Corey Anderson at all. In anything, he didn't say anything about him. Like from what I saw, at least. But
yeah. Realistically, I don't know what you give Corey Anderson next though. Like I think Anthony Smith is the guy that's just waiting to get a fight. Thiago Santos is still rehabbing. His hand's
broken. He's healing.
Anthony Smith?
Yeah, dude, he fucked it up against Gus, man.
But I feel like he's going to be back sooner than Thiago Santos.
It was a bad break. It was a bad break. Fuck, his hand is fucked. Yeah, he broke his hand bad. He hit him in the forehead.
So who's going to be back sooner, Santos or Smith?
Okay, probably Smith because Santos had
is ACL, whole knee, right?
Healing that knee seems to take way longer than healing a broken hand, but we've seen these guys come back too quick and their hands never heal properly. Like, I hope Smith doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Like, they always have lingering issues with it, so hopefully he heals it properly.
How old is Smith?
Who's number 4? Dominic Reyes. There's literally no one else if these guys are all out.
Please give me Anthony Smith's age.
Smith? He's like 31?
30. Okay. He's been around for a minute, though.
I know. He's been fighting for so long.
Do they have his record here?
It's crazy to see where he's at now.
Is that 18 and 11? No.
Yeah.
18 wins, 11 by sub.
He's like 18 and 9 or something. Huh. He's got quite a few losses.
31 and 14.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
That's not bad. Yeah. Another kind of surprising victory last night, at least for me. Kevin Lee against Gregor Gillespie. Holy fuck shit.
That was the performance of the night.
Let's see who got performance. There we go.
Kevin Lee
and Corey Anderson. Not bad. And fight of the night.
Dana actually gave it to Corey even after all that shit talking. Yeah. Okay.
Wonder Boy and Luke, fight of the night. Not bad. But let's talk about Kevin Lee and Gregor Gillespie first.
Holy fuck.
Before we get to the knockout, Gregor Gillespie was showing some pretty good hands.
He was looking good.
A lot quicker. The jab was fucking crisp. And he was doing a lot of good work with the jab and then like getting out and not getting hit.
I think we both agreed on this. I thought Gillespie was... Is it Gillespie?
Gillespie.
Okay. Yeah. I thought Gillespie
don't shove this on me right now.
Okay, yeah. That's why I wanted to make sure.
He kept saying Gillespie. Oh. It was killing me. But yeah, continue.
Claudia Gadeja. I thought up to that point in the fight, Gillespie. I always want to see Gillespie. Gillespie was winning it, but not by much. Like I felt he had the quicker hands. He was landing that jab constantly, and so he had more output. But the few times Lee was hitting him, they were better. They were landing harder.
He was landing. Yeah, it was like consistency against inconsistency.
Exactly, but right? I would still give the edge to Gillespie at that point because even though his shots weren't as hard, they were still pretty good. They were stinging shots, and the accumulation
he was busting up Kevin Lee.
It was a little more than what Kevin Lee was doing. Then Kevin Lee does that combo was fucking gorgeous.
He punched him into that head kick.
Straight right.
Follow up a left head kick.
Pushes Gillespie this way, and then left high kick sends him flying that way. And just the way he fell too, like arms at his sides,
dude,
against
like
the
right
cage,
into the coffin,
dead.
like we were talking about. But
yeah, oh my!
I think
God.
that was the first time me and you have both had the same reaction when they showed the slow mo replay of the shin hitting the shin.
Yeah, the slow mo of his skin rippling in his head, just the reverberation. The way the angle that you could see the force in that slow mo, it was nasty.
One of the crazier finishes I've seen, and he absolutely deaded, like dead, like
Gillespie was being lined up for Khabib.
Yeah, I was one of those guys. I'm like, yo, he stylistically he has the best chance to beat Khabib with his wrestling, but Khabib's not going to go out there and head kick him to oblivion.
Yeah, so I brought it up, man. I said, yo, what about TriStar Lee, man? This is TriStar Lee.
Fuck that.
I know
shit.
we've had other Kevin Lees before. This is TriStar Lee, bro.
He was still showing some issues though. You know what I mean? He was still showing a little bit of issues there.
It's just his speed. I don't even know if he could get that better. Like to me, it just felt like it feels like Kevin Lee has good striking, solid, but he's not that as fast with his hands as these guys that he's fighting. So he gets hit more because it's just quicker. I don't know how much better you can get at that, but otherwise he's got good technique and everything. Mm-hmm. That combo was still
I still don't think he's going to be an elite lightweight.
You don't think so? I think if he shores up his cardio issue, that guy could beat anybody. And he's young as fuck. Right, he's only 27, turning 28 soon.
Yeah, he's super young still.
He is young. He has time.
It was great. Yeah, it was 10 versus 11, so he's still probably going to stay in that 10-ish range.
No, he'll probably go up to 9 or 8.
He'd beat Barboza, lost to Ali Quinta. I don't know who you could give him next. Paul Felder?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know at all.
Hooker's
I don't even know
7,
who I'd want him
Felder's
to fight.
6, Cerrone's 5, Gaethje's 4. Like you're gonna have to give him one of these guys in like the 9 to 15-ish range. Islam Makhachev? Ooh, yo, I would not mind that fight at all, actually. But they might not want to knock off Makhachev that early.
Yeah, because the way
Makhachev is a beast too. Like for me, I doubt Makhachev and Khabib would ever fight, to be honest. But like, yeah, Makhachev, Gregor, and Lee are kind of in this same-ish realm of wrestling, in my opinion.
I think Lee would probably beat Makhachev.
I don't think so.
You think so?
I would probably bet against fucking Lee here, too. Makhachev is a motherfucker, too. But, nobody was expecting that fucking high kick to put him out like that.
That was an incredible
And
win.
Gregor has shown really good durability. Undefeated, ate a lot of good shots from Pachel, and even Yancy landed a good shot on him, and he was fine. But I like, man...
I was really happy for Lee because I'm a big fan of him.
Let's try to come to a conclusion in terms of who he should fight next. Charles Oliveira has a fight coming up with Jared Gordon, but he never fights anybody with like a higher ranking than him, which is weird as fuck. Charles Oliveira.
He's going to be on an 8-fight winning streak, fucking fighting Clay Guida or something.
Yeah.
God.
So why not? If Charles gets a victory over Gordon, I think that's not next week, but the week after.
Why is that fight happening?
Whatever. Let him get a paycheck.
They just want him to smash all the submission records, I guess.
Probably. But I wouldn't mind Charles Oliveira against Kevin Lee next. If Charles puts it off.
I don't mind it at all. I mean, you could almost look at it as this is just like another rebuild of Kevin Lee. Look at him as like a new guy on the up and up. Like ignore his old losses and all that. Build him up slowly again. Don't throw him right back into the wolves. He's just started training at TriStar. He's probably getting better now.
I'm still not sold on it, dude. I need to see like a more complete performance from him. This was a great performance. Don't get me wrong. I would
still getting hit too much.
He was still getting hit.
Still got hit.
I'm sure anybody would take a first round KO like that.
It seems like a speed issue to me, though. I don't know if he could fix that.
Yeah,
these guys are too fast.
I'd be intrigued with the Paul Felder fight, but I don't think that Paul would want to fight him, especially that he's made it up to like number 6 now.
Oh my God. Okay, dude. Felder, I think Kevin Lee easily beats Paul Felder.
I'd have to agree.
The grappling is just
if we
too
go
distant.
Like 3 rounds, I think that Kevin Lee
Paul Felder got taken down by Edson Barboza and held down. Yes, he was elbowing him and won that exchange, but do you think he's going to win if Kevin Lee is on top of him? Absolutely not. So if Kevin Lee wants to really start climbing quick, that's a wicked fight for him because Paul Felder's number 6, easy way to climb up and jump right back in. I think, however, give him a Makhachev or another young guy. Like, just don't rush Kevin Lee. He's 27.
As much as I really want to see Lee against Makhachev, I don't think that they're going to do it. I think they're going to continue to.
They're probably
slow
worried
play
about
as well.
Makhachev.
They're gonna fuck. Well, that would kind of really screw things up too. Because if Makhachev goes out there and starts beating all these like top 10 guys, top 5 guys, him and Khabib are not gonna fight.
Oh yeah, no.
So he's knocking off all these number one contenders.
I don't know. I look at Makhachev kind of like maybe it was like a better version of Khabib to a certain degree, where I'm like I don't
way better version,
way
than
better,
Khabib.
fine, but I don't see him being like a Khabib level threat. I don't know. I still not sold on him ever being a top 5.
He needs the competition stuff.
I'm not sold on him being a top 5. I just don't.
I think it'll be top 5. I wouldn't mind even eventually seeing him against Gaethje because that would be a fun fucking fight.
Oh Jesus!
Trust
me.
me.
Poor Gaethje. Get this man a fucking fight.
Top 5. He would beat. I think he would beat Poirier. I think he would beat Conor. I think he would beat Cowboy. He'd have a little bit of difficulty with Gaethje. He'd beat Paul Felder. He would beat Dan Hooker. He would beat Iaquinta. Would kill Edson Barboza. Kevin Lee fight. Yeah.
Okay.
He would. I think he would beat all these guys. Kevin Lee. I want to see how the wrestling would fare, and I think that Kevin Lee does have the size advantage there a little bit. But we'll see what the gas tank would look like, and if he could knock out fucking Islam like he did Gregor. Anthony Pettis doesn't matter. Charles Oliveira like. Makhachev, I believe he's going to be top 5 now that I'm looking a little bit more. His wrestling style is stupid.
I have to watch him more carefully then.
Trust me.
I don't know.
Check that out. What was that other fight that we were just about to talk about before we got into this one? Oh yeah, Wonderboy Thompson against Vicente Luque.
Ooh, that was a fun fight.
I was so happy. Like the way that I broke down that fight kind of happened exactly to the extent that I thought it would, as anybody would expect a Wonderboy Thompson fight to go. When you have a guy like Vicente Luque that just does his best work from fighting inside the pocket, you're not going to get that opportunity against a guy like Steve
He walks
Thompson.
guys down.
There were very close moments where I was like, "Yo, Wonderboy, fucking chill, get out of there." Like
he got hit.
He was hanging out on the cage a little bit too much for my liking, but he still was able to get out of the way.
He got hit clean a few times. Yeah,
but and yeah, we can say his chin is not like as weird as the Anthony Pettis knockout was.
He just didn't see it.
Did not see it. And more often than not, that's the one that's going to put you out.
100%.
And there was nothing that Vicente Luque was going to throw that Stephen Thompson wasn't going to see.
I really think because Wonderboy was piecing up Pettis, I just think he was so
Pettis
comfortable.
had success with leg kicks. He was doing a very good job.
They weren't that great though. I think people overblew that because he was hitting more of the front of the legs where the shins and bone is. Like I didn't think he was hitting too much meat that well. But
I thought that's where Luque was going to have his most success is if he continuously beat up the leg. He did a decent job of beating up the leg. I feel like if he went a little bit harder on the legs, he probably would have been a little bit more successful. And then he got absolutely pieced up in that last round. 2 judges gave it 10-8, if I'm not mistaken. Wonderboy looked on, dude. Like, his speed hasn't left him. He's 36. Like, normally speed is the first thing to go with these guys that are a little bit more up in age, over the 34, 35, 36 years old. But Wonderboy seems, in this fight, he seems like he could still make a little bit of a run. Like, I know it's going to be tough against guys like Kamaru Usman and Colby Covington, but he could catch some of these guys, and he can make it a little bit harder for them to take him down.
100% can. If you look at his recent losses, Till, most people scored it for him. Pettis, he was winning the fight until one punch put him out. Yeah. Like, he's not.
He's still top 5 worthy.
You could argue he won. He should have won all these fights. Like, skill-wise, he seems to be better than all these guys, right? So,
how do you think he matches up against guys like Colby Covington and Kamaru Usman? Then you think they're going to get him down?
I think they get him against the cage at least. Even if they just
he hung on the cage a little bit too much even in this fight. So
yeah, that's the problem. Because like Woodley pinned him against the cage. Woodley just doesn't have that grinding pace. But an Usman or Covington gets you against the cage, you're never going to detach. So and they'll just keep you there, and then you're not going to be bouncing around doing anything. So
the Colby style that he would bring against Wonderboy is a little bit concerning. It could go both ways. Like Colby Covington could absolutely smother him with punches and not let Wonderboy get off. But Wonderboy does a really good job of backing up and hitting guys like on counters. So
the cardio would be a problem. Moving that long defensively, trying to run away from a guy trying to pin you against the cage. But Colby
Covington obviously always pretty much putting himself in harm's way, coming so often forward and forward.
He's not that reckless.
And he's not the most technical. He's not the most technical with his striking. He's more so just trying to close the distance and keep you uncomfortable. But that's the type of style that I think Wonderboy kind of likes to fight against, is guys that leave openings for him when they're like charging in. I think Wonderboy could have some success there. It would get facing when it gets to the grappling aspect of it.
Yeah,
Colby is able to corral him into a corner and like get him down and grind on him. But what do we do with Wonderboy here? Where does he go?
Just for a fun fight, I want to see Damian Maia versus Wonderboy.
Oh, fuck you. Nah, man.
Why not? Good stylistic match. Maia's coming up a big ass win.
Nah.
I'm totally
We know
down
what
for
Damian
that.
Maia is hard to set on is big fights. And
fair enough. I could see that fight going either way, though.
Wonderboy's a big fight.
I could see that fight going either way, man.
He wants Diego Sanchez.
Yeah, but from what I heard, did you watch the Dave LeDuc Rogan podcast?
Yeah.
Do you don't remember? He
What did
dropped
he
a
say?
huge tidbit that Diego's not in the UFC anymore.
Oh yeah, shit,
And that
you're right.
Diego
Yeah,
was
yeah.
asking him to get him into his
Into
organization.
left
I think
wing,
they
yeah.
might have cut Diego, which is the
Ooh.
right call. You shouldn't be giving him fights. You shouldn't be fighting. But now it sucks. He might go into fucking bare knuckle. But
Fuck
either
Diego
way, I
Sanchez.
don't think Maya's gonna get that Diego fight because I don't think Diego's in the UFC. There might be a
I
plus
wouldn't even
Diego,
mind-
dude. Dana's not gonna give him that fight. Like he's coming off 3-fight win streak with a win over Ben Askren, and Diego just got mollywopped by Michael Chiesa. That fight. There's no logic
True.
to that fight at all. I would love to see a Maya Wonderboy.
I would
Maya
rather
might,
see.
might be able to get a title shot soon.
Honestly, I would rather see Wonderboy against Ponzinibbio.
I'm okay with that too. Ponzinibbio needs a fight
Ponzinibbio
to
needs
get him
a-
up there.
Like he was about to fight Robbie Lawler,
Mm-hmm.
but let now Wonderboy be that name that he can get under his belt if
Yeah.
he gets a victory, right? Yeah, line that shit up. Wonderboy against Ponzinibbio. I'm all about that. Leon Edwards is unfortunately like the man left
They
out
should
here.
just do Woodley Edwards. Get that fight over with.
Yeah, I agree. Where is Woodley on the rankings now, anyway?
One
Oh, what the fuck?
champion loses, he always stays one.
Yeah.
So give Leon Edwards, Tyron Woodley,
Yep.
and then give Jorge the winner of the title
champ-
fight.
Yeah, and then Wonderboy Ponzinibbio is probably the best way to go too. Fuck. And then
It should write
hopefully
itself
Dos
out pretty
Santos
easy.
against Kelvin Gastelum.
Yes, I like that. I really like that fight. RDA Gastelum. Calvin would finally fucking get to fight someone that he has a size advantage over. Like Jesus.
Shane Burgos versus Makwan Americani.
Ooh, this was a fun fight.
A performance of a lifetime of Shane Burgos there.
was
I think
great.
that was a great performance.
Good performance. To
He
finish a
knew-
guy like Makwan, big deal.
See, this is why I hate taking unders rather than like the whole fight doesn't go to decision because of times like this. Shane Burgos almost had the finish. Fucking the 2.5 under 2.5 was just about to hit, and then it gets prolonged a little bit more, but he still gets the finish with 28 seconds left.
Yeah,
in the fight.
Mirkani was just tough as fuck, but he gassed. You could see after the first round he was tired.
That's what I was asking you in that first round. I'm like, who's getting tired more? The guy going for the takedowns or the guy defending takedowns?
Yeah.
Because there is an argument for the guy who has to continuously get back up, but then there's the argument of the guy forcing the guy back down, right?
Yep.
Over and over. And then after I think the first round, Shane Burgos just started to take over. I think he's a beast too at that weight class. He had Calvin Qatar to go against, who was a little bit sharper.
Gets hit too easily though. His defense is
Burgos?
bad. He relies on his chin a bit too much. He can't be doing that. He's got to move his head a bit more, but his offense is crazy. It's
I
really
want to
good.
get back to Qatar because he has a big fight against Zabit coming up after. But let's finish up the rest of this card. Edmund Shabazian goes out there and ruins your night with Brad Tavares because I know you're a huge
not
Brad
ruined
Tavares
my
fan.
night, but
Brad Tavares
I'm a
is
big.
like, let's be honest. Since we got into the UFC, Brad Tavares has been your motherfucker. Like,
I love Brad
you love
Tavares,
Brad
yeah,
Tavares. He's
but
been
I'm
one of your favorite
not
fighters.
it's okay. I'm not.
But yeah, Edmund coming out there. He may have fucking Tarverdian as his head coach, but he's still going out there and
Yeah,
looking
that
like
was
a beast.
21 years old. Knockout Brad Tavares is a big deal.
I think he's
Tavares only
11-0
lost to the
now,
top guys.
12-0, fucking crazy. Yeah, Tavares.
Tavares only lost to what? Romero, Adesanya, and Whitaker.
Yo, I think Edmund Shabazian had a crazy record in terms of how many takedowns he had against Darren Stewart. It was in like I think he had like 12 or like 15 takedowns on.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he was ragdolling that guy. And we've seen how Darren Stewart's looked recently too. Remember the Darren
Gotten
one
better.
fight? Looked good as well. Jairzinho Rozenstruik goes out there and absolutely mollywops Andrei
Yeah.
Arlovsky.
Not much to this fight.
Fucking crazy.
Just a
The power is insane.
Check left coming in.
Yeah.
Dropped him.
I was
face forward.
surprised. Like one of the stats I put out there was that Arlovsky's only been knocked down once.
Last like 9
by
fights.
Tai Tuivasa in his last 8 fights, and then he comes into this one and the chin just fucking rears itself again. So I'm glad I passed on betting on him, but I feel a little bit dumb with the breakdown that I gave going into this fight week. We're gonna have to talk about this fight because it has a little bit of significance. Caitlin Chukagian versus Jennifer Maia. Chukagian goes out there.
I'm
Gets
not even
her
gonna. I didn't watch this fight.
Chukagian fight. We didn't really watch the fight
No.
to be honest, but it's like Rogan even said it after. It seemed like a patented like. I totally butchered that word. Patented.
Yeah.
Caitlin Chukagian performance where she goes out there. She gets a 29-28 on all cards. It would have been very catastrophic if Jennifer Maia won this fight, considering she's missed weight her last 2 fights. Chukagian comes out there, gets the victory, and it seems like she's teed up for. Did you notice that she didn't really call out Valentina though? She's like, everybody knows what I deserve, but as long as UFC keeps putting people in front of me, I'm going to go out and take them out until they give me what I want. So she didn't specifically say, I want the title
Valentina
shot.
smoke.
She doesn't want it. I think she's okay if they continuously like, all right, here's another one. But at a certain point, there's nobody else for fucking Valentina Shevchenko.
There is nobody else. That division is garbage.
Like,
it's really bad.
Let's look at that real quick. Let's see what the top 5 in flyweight. Number 1, Caitlin Chukagian. Number 2, just got deaded. Jessica Ai.
Who beat Chukagian?
Number 3, Joanne Calderwood, who's coming off a decent victory over Andrea Lee. So she's slowly getting back up there. Who lost to Caitlin, right? I think Caitlin beat Joanne Calderwood, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, so Chukagian has that victory. Liz Carmouche just lost to Jennifer Maia. Jennifer Maia just lost, obviously. Viviane Araujo is a girl that's kind of up and coming still, so I want her to get a couple more wins before she's really
There's
thrown
no
in.
one. No one exciting at all.
Andrea Lee lost. Roxanne Modafferi.
I say after Nunes probably beats GDR, just do Shevchenko versus Nunes. That's this only one. It's only competitive fight.
I would love to see them do it again, but I don't think they will.
They should.
Yeah, looking at the rest of the division, there's nobody really even coming up that could potentially give her any type of fits. Macy Barber, that's one up there.
She's too young.
She's still too young.
She's got to fight
right?
PVZ. Yo, get that fight.
Fuck
done.
you, man. I'm not talking about that fight. Yeah, the only names that come to mind that I would be slightly intrigued by if they got a title shot, whether it's this year, next year, or even in 2 years, is Viviane Araujo if she keeps up her winning streak. I think she has a fight coming up against Jessica Ai next.
Okay.
I believe that's her next fight.
Why is I still fighting?
Is it Ai? I feel like it's next week.
Why is she still?
No, I need to know this. But yeah, her and Macy Barber, if she continues to progress the way that she's progressing.
Okay.
Let's confirm this fight. It's on 245. Yeah, Viviane Araujo against Jessica Ai. So a win over Jessica Ai for her would really put her up there.
Yeah.
And then
last lady to fight for the belt. So yeah.
Yeah. But I think it might be a little bit too early for her too. She's a little beast, but Valentina Shevchenko is just next level shit right now. And there were a couple more fights I just want to go over real quick. Lamigo against Chancellor Country goes out there and looks really good, pardon the pun. But yeah, like my main concern with Lamigo was going to be his cardio in this. If Chancellor Country was going to be successful with grinding him against the cage or taking him down or just putting a little bit of a pace on him, but good striking is ridiculous. Yep. He's very strong.
Pieced him up.
And then eventually gets to finish in the third round. But I felt like we were both kicking ourselves after that we didn't bet on Lyman Good here.
Yeah, I kind of was
right?
for sure. Because
considering the odds, how close they were.
I remember thinking, like looking at the odds, I'm like, wow, Rencounter's got some good odds coming off that upset. But
Ismail Nordiev.
Yeah, but I don't know if that it's a good stylistic matchup for him. And yeah, we were kind of on the ball.
Kind
with
of
that,
off on that. Yeah. Personally, I need to watch the Duado and RC fight a little bit closer.
Yeah, even Rencounter good. I was actually watching that before I came here, so I got to finish watching that properly. But
Duado RC split, but it seems like everybody was kind of in the Duado camp there. Yeah. So maybe it was the same judge that scored it for RC that scored 30-27 for Kelvin. Who fucking knows? We're going to be doing deciding splits afterwards, so you guys are definitely going to see that first. I think we'll go over Ivanov and Derek Lewis, but I don't want to get into that fight until at least that podcast. But yeah, as a card as a whole, I feel like it delivered.
Oh, it was entertaining as fuck,
right? Like it delivered. Like even it had a very anticlimactic ending, but even the fights that had a little bit of a snooze moments here and there, they had really good moments in themselves.
Even the fights that went to a decision, they were fun. Lots of finishes, great performance, upsets, surprises,
a lot of
controversial ending. But still got 3 solid rounds out of that too.
We had 5 straight fights of KOs.
Yeah,
starting with Rosenstruck all the way up to
it sucks because the card's probably going to be overlooked because of the controversy, like to a lot, like to a big degree. Yeah, like just
I
the way
don't think so.
Because that's the last feeling left in the air before the fight card goes off. So, but overall,
the crowd was chanting bullshit.
Overall, in hindsight, though, man, like this was a great card.
Yeah, I feel like it lived up to the hype. But
I think so.
The next monster coming up is UFC 245, which is going to be fucking
3
insane.
title fights. That main card is ridiculous.
But obviously, we'll get into that when we get closer to that. Magomed Sharapov versus Calvin Kattar coming up. We'll just go over that and Alexander Volkov against Greg Hardy. Good test for Zabit here. good test for Calvin Kattar as well.
Big fight.
You know what I mean? It's a big fight for that division. It should really allow one of these guys to catapult into the top 5-ish. I think. Let's see where they're ranked currently. Actually,
I think Zabit's 6.
Zabit is 5.
Okay.
And Calvin Kattar is 11. So one of them is going to remain in the top 5 or come up to the top 5. I like Calvin Kattar is over a 2-1 underdog here.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a little bit crazy. Like, obviously, you have to take into consideration that this is in Russia. Zabit has been looking good, but one thing that he always has issues with is slowing down in the third round. Jeremy Stevens had success there. Kyle Bochniak had a little bit of success. I just don't know if Calvin Kattar is going to be able to pull it off.
It's a 5-round fight.
No, it's a 3-round fight. So it got bumped to the main event, but they're keeping it 3 rounds due to the short notice.
Okay, well, that favors Zabit a lot.
Yeah, for sure. And it's already in fucking Russia, right?
Yeah.
So, but I like the over 2-1 dog odds on Calvin Kattar here. I think he's worth a shot due to his super disciplined striking. He has range, so that might fuck up Zabit a little bit. And if Zabit really wants to throw a lot of spinning shit out there, I think Calvin Kattar could kind of,
Calvin Kattar probably... Is it Kattar?
I feel like it's Kattar.
Calvin Kattar? We're going to go with Kattar.
We're going with Kattar.
So Kattar, I think he's definitely got the striking edge.
Yeah.
Zabit's a little more wild, but Zabit still has good striking.
He's effective.
And then it's definitely the grappling that he's going to have to keep Zabit off him and hopefully avoid the takedowns. But if he can keep it on the feet,
it's an interesting
he's got
fight.
a really good chance.
It's much closer of like a minus 150, plus 140-ish, plus 130-ish range. I think it should be.
I would say minus 200 to plus 160.
Wow, really?
I would think that.
Interesting. I thought it would be a little bit closer. I don't know. Maybe I'm just overblowing Calvin Kattar a little bit.
I feel like I was expecting
his performance against Ricardo Lamas fucking awesome.
That was good, but it's Lamas.
It's Lamas. I get it. But
and he does have that loss to Moicano.
Yeah. But that was a little bit earlier now.
Yeah,
too, right?
But not that long ago. So you gotta show a little more.
Let's see here. Was it like the fourth last fight?
I don't know. It was a decision.
Third last fight.
Yeah. So he's only got 2 wins since then. So I would say like minus 200 was where I thought it would be at, but he's like minus 300 or something. That's a little too much.
It's getting. I think it's like minus 250.
Minus 250. Okay.
I did see him at plus 220, which would have it as
like minus 280 or something. Yeah.
Let's confirm that number. Minus 275 to plus 225.
That's a little overblown for sure. Like if you bet on that fight, it would probably be better.
You got to go to Qatar or Kattar. Yeah, Kattar. I keep fucking it up. Kattar.
Same with me.
I'll wait for John Attic to pronounce it before we fucking go with it. And then co-main event, which should have been the main event, but I don't mind it. Alexander Volkov versus Greg Hardy. This fight had the line is a little, out there too. What is that? Minus 290 for Alexander Volkov, plus 240.
That's where it should be. I am surprised.
Skill for skill, yes, correct. I think Volkov obviously has way more experience. Way more
should not lose this at all. Like there's no way he should lose it. Yeah,
but it could be a Derek Lewis type of thing where he's piecing him up for 2.5 rounds, then gets caught in the last.
At any given second, if Greg Hardy punches him in the face clean, he could go out. So yeah, like those odds are where it should be. I'm actually just surprised that like people aren't overblowing Greg Hardy's chances, and I thought they would actually be closer. But
I think it's more so the fact that Greg Hardy, like, he seems like he can take a shot still. Like he hasn't been hit the hardest, obviously, and Volkov, not really known to be a one punch knockout type of guy. Either.
He's like an overwhelming.
He's an overwhelmer. So I think Greg Hardy might actually go into this fight looking to go back to his old self and try to go in there, bull rush Alexander Volkov a bit, get in on the inside. What do you got to
lose as Greg Hardy?
Exactly.
Got nothing to lose.
It's a win-win.
Everything to gain, nothing
It's a win-win. You take this fight, you're fighting a top 5, top 8-ish heavyweight. So even if you lose, whatever.
It doesn't hurt your ranking at all. If you lose, you go back to fighting scrubs.
Motherfucking Sasoli.
Exactly.
All the way up to Alexander Volkov.
You'll just go right back to where you were and continue up with the build-up.
Yeah.
But if you do win, boom, skyrocket.
Right there.
Big paydays.
I wouldn't mind him against Derek Lewis next if that actually happened. But let's not get a little bit ahead of us.
If Greg Hardy beats Volkov, that is actually the fight to make.
Why not?
Like that actually
rankings-wise
has
and all
to
that type of
happen.
shit.
Yeah.
Why not? Like that's the fight they should make. I
wonder
if Greg Hardy would take that.
If we actually get that?
That would be crazy. This would be the perfect time for him to get it. But I am a little bit scared about Alexander Volkov. He hasn't fought since the Derek Lewis fight.
Yeah.
right? Like it's been a
I
while.
like that. That's a good call. When you get put out like that, take some time off. I like
But
it.
I think he was scheduled and got injured.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
not
so I think he was scheduled earlier this year because that fight was October of last year. That was the Khabib Conor fight.
good. Okay.
And now he
But
has
I
a
generally
Boston
like when guys take a year off
For
and
sure.
get deaded.
Yeah, I like Volkov. I wouldn't mind taking a small shot at Greg Hardy just due to the fact that he has power, he's explosive, and he can close distance. And Volkov might be slightly bigger than him here, but I don't think that Greg Hardy's going to have much issue closing the distance and landing a big shot on Volkov. And we got to see where Volkov's shin still is.
Well,
right?
no, it depends. If Volkov probably learned from that Lewis fight, and before he got knocked out, he was keeping Lewis at bay with his
He's doing
kicks.
well, but I
he
think
was
that
using
Greg
his
Hardy
legs
is more
well.
explosive. I think that Hardy's more explosive in terms of closing the distance, and he is much bigger than Derek Lewis here.
Yeah,
Bigger than Derek.
I
Lewis.
think if Volkov just fights the way he did against Lewis right up until the last 15 seconds, it's an easy win in the bag.
he should technically outwork him. I think.
And
he
if Volkov's smart, he should be
take this
closing
fight
the
to
distance.
the ground, take
Closing
it
the
to the
distance,
ground too.
clinch, wrestle. Yeah, what the fuck? Why would you stand with this guy? It's literally the only place he can win the fight. Don't
Landing a Hail Mary shot.
use your length, pin him up against a cage, and
Yeah.
go grab a hold of him. That's it. Just fucking and get the easy win.
A part of me hopes Greg Hardy wins here, so we could potentially get that Derek Lewis fight.
I don't care.
It's kind of like this whole Colby Covington.
I like
Horny Hobnazzle
Volkov
thing.
though, and he
I like
deserves
Volkov
it.
too, but storylines, bro. Storylines.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
You're the WWE guy here. Like,
I know.
You should be loving the story.
but I
that
get
would be
enough of the
about here.
story shit from the WWE. I don't need so much
I
of
just
it in
need
MMA.
competition, legit competition.
Like I want my wrestling and MMA to be different. Otherwise, why the fuck am I watching both of them?
So let's
Gotta
close with this.
diversify.
I know you cringed a little bit. I did too when they allowed The Rock to have his own little walkout before the BMF belt.
Yeah, like it was like you said, it was.
I didn't mind it.
It was kind of cool, but it was also a little strange. It did feel like The Rock was a little awkward too. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I guess I'll do this. Okay, I guess I'll do this. And yeah, The Rock coming out for his entrance and then holding up the BMF
Yeah.
belt, and it's like it's a little out of place. So everyone loves The Rock. I love The Rock. We all love The Rock, but. The BMF belt, like Nate Diaz brought it up. Yeah, it's cool that The Rock's putting it on, but shouldn't you get someone like a Mike Tyson, like the actual baddest motherfucker
Yeah.
on the planet, like someone who is a bad
Stone
motherfucker?
Cold. I told you guys. Fuck.
Yeah,
But either
exactly. So that was the thing. Like The Rock was a little miscast in his role, but
Who doesn't love The Rock? He
yeah,
could
exactly.
do no wrong.
That's the thing. He's still
Right.
The Rock, and he's great.
He could fucking
And-
do it for basketball or NFL, and people would still love him.
And it's funny to see like The Rock seem a little nervous.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
like even at the stare down, he's just trying to like,
Yeah.
stand up tall
Yeah.
and look back.
Do I look at the camera? Do I
Yeah.
look at these guys?
And
What
then
should I be doing?
I was even saying, I'm like, oh, is he gonna botch putting the belt on? No,
Yeah.
but he nailed that too.
I
It's like
guarantee
it felt like
you-
The Rock was nervous.
I guarantee you, he was in the back for maybe an hour trying to put it on
he had a
somebody else.
dummy. He had
Yeah.
a dummy where he's like,
Not even a dummy. He had a real life person probably standing there for him.
his assistant with the stopwatch. Go. All right, 2.8
Best time,
seconds.
best time. Let's try to top that.
We can beat that. We can beat that. The goal's 2.2.
It was like perfect. He did it with like such less
He got
effort
it.
too, right?
Yeah,
he
he
got
nailed
it
it.
on the
He nailed
dot.
it. He did
and
well.
then just went back and was like, all right, cool. I'm
He
done.
did well.
I did
He
this.
earned the $1 million or whatever he got paid for that.
probably $2 million.
At least mil.
Probably got paid more than Nate and Jorge
Yeah.
put together. Yeah, that was a great episode, dude. I fucking enjoyed talking 244. It was easy to talk about.
Oh
244
yeah,
just
so
because
much
it's
shit happened.
Such a
Yeah,
fun
what
episode.
the fuck?
Such a fun event. I can't wait for 245, which is going to be the next big pay per view. But we got Zabit versus Cater. Calvin. Zabit versus Calvin. We're using Zabit's first name. Let's use Calvin's first name. Zabit versus Calvin this weekend. I think it's an earlier card too. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to have to look into that.
Please.
But
8
we'll be
p.m.
back.
ESPN. I love you guys
I
with the
know.
ESPN.
Well, even
the
Europe
8 p.m.
cards
cards.
fucking start at like 3 p.m. Eastern time.
Hell yeah,
it's all
afternoon.
good, yo. I don't know what time it's going to be in Russia at that point, but
Hell yeah.
it's all good. We're going to be doing the deciding splits right after this, and you guys will see that on Sunday. Combatosseurs on Monday. So welcome Monday. Happy Monday to all you guys. Yeah, that's pretty much about it on my end.
I think we touched on everything except for the Lewis fight, but yeah, we'll get into that.
We'll get into that after. I think most people are going to be voting for that one, so we'll see. At Tunes on Twitter. At MMALOTN on
Has anyone
Twitter.
actually like tried to
I
tweet me or
haven't
anything?
looked if your followers have grown, but who gives a fuck? I'm still going to shout it out as always. And at the beginning of every episode, I have our nameplates at the bottom that has your Twitter account under it too. So
Oh jeez.
you're getting the double promo here. So
Oh my god!
hopefully
I should probably at least go like do the whole password reset thing and figure out what my password is for that account.
It's all good. We'll see you guys next week. Subscribe, like, comment. Go check Deciding Splits because that's going to be up as well. Website, mmalotn.ca. And that's about it for this week. See you guys next week.